think I have it all worked out right now. Am I actually going to have a stream start without any problems or complications? I know it might be speaking a little soon, but I might be speaking a little soon, but if I am correct, if it is good, if we are set, I am going to be incredibly happy. It'd be absolutely fantastic. Alright. Hey, Carlos! Wow, Brian, really? Well, this game is called Call of Cthulhu. Hello, folks. Welcome to the stream. We are getting started right now. We are going to be playing an H.P. Lovecraftian wonderful game. I have never played this game, so I'm going completely blind. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming to the channel. Streaming on both my Facebook and my Twitch stream. So hello, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate this absolutely greatly. I have my chat on the bottom so I can see who's coming in. We're gonna be ready for a fun time. So yeah, hello. Going to be starting things off here. So as I said, this game is horror based. It's an adventure game, Call of Cthulhu. If anyone is familiar with H.P. Lovecraft or anything, like a lot of the horror genre has been inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's works. I cannot say I'm a prodigy or anything, any knowing. Yeah, I just started a file to be like, hey, does this work? Does this go? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for coming. So what I'm going to be doing during the stream, since this is a solo player game, and I'm not the best conversationalist when I don't have people to bounce back and forth from, I'm going to be playing in the background some royalty-free, wonderfully courtesy of YouTube and their licensing program, some royalty-free audiobooks of H.P. Lovecraft's story. So you guys will get to have some spooky tales as we dive into this wonderful, interesting game. Cthulhu saves the world. No, Cthulhu ends the world. So, hope you guys are all having a wonderful night. I wanted to get the stream started a bit earlier, but I got called into work for some overtime. Sweet OT. I was able to roll through Parade at Universal, and now I'm back here ready to roll out. So, let's get started. Oh, Enter the Madness. Let's go. If I am mad, it's a mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to a hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. A sane, hideous end. Alrighty. Bloody handprints to start at the gate. Perfectly normal. Perfectly fine. Oh, I hate that ringing. Also, folks, let me know in the chat or channel if I need to increase the volume, decrease the volume, you can't hear me, or you can't hear the game itself. Let me know. Alright. Well, that was fun. Ooh, can I open this door? Nope. Alright, well, since I'm going to be starting right off the bat, I think I'm going to play some of that.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply.
Some of those stories.
Day gone.
So let's go.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more. Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable.
Harry Potter
I
Lovecraft.
can bear
Really,
the torture
Brian?
no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below. Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death. It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider. The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation.
So how does this
But
sound,
our
guys? Is it
vessel
all
was made a
good?
legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners. So liberal indeed was the discipline of our captors that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. When I
Sadly,
finally
we do
found
not have a
myself
boat.
adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Never a competent navigator, I could only guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew
Alright,
nothing,
I might
and
regret
no
putting...
island or coastline was in sight. The weather kept fair, and for uncounted days
I agree,
drifted
I agree.
aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
So we'll see how it goes.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the heaving vastnesses of unbroken blue.
Ooh, okay.
The change
Sweet. Bolt cutters.
happened whilst I slept. Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous. When at last I awaked, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see, and in which my boat lay grounded.
Awake, pull along, fate inescapably. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a bit of experimenting, guys, because remember, I'm going back and forth between playing audio on YouTube because I feel like sometimes, especially when I get into adventure games or solo games, I get very focused. Wonderfully a product of having ADHD, but thankfully, hopefully it'll keep up the spooky vibes, it'll keep up the good times, and might provide some nice ambiance at the very least. But thank you for joining me for this adventure. We're going to be, as I said earlier, we're playing Call of Cthulhu. It is a psychological horror into the, I believe, depths of Arkham, because I saw the wonderful, wonderful, goopy mess that this is. Depends on how interesting. Each new person needs to ask for a synopsis of the book and the game. Truth be told, I don't think you need the book. Alright, we'll see how it goes. I'll take a general consensus. If people like hearing both, then I'll do both. If people just want me to play the game, shut up and do what I can, then I'll shut up, listen, do what I can. All a wonderful exploration and trying to see what works for doing streaming of different games and whatnot. So, can't really find my audience if I don't try things, right? Alright. So thank you. Thank you for joining in. I'm sorry I can't see who is fully joining this. But I thank you nonetheless. I'm going to check right now on Facebook while we go to this next expansive set. Ooh, fun.
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Ooh. Alright. Hello, friend. Oh, come on. I'm trying to lower you.
Whiskey.
You hate whiskey. Pierce investigations.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping pills, used with caution. I guess they don't really work. Can I collect more bottles?
Been too long since I've slept in a bed.
Alright.
Lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Oh, the good What
I
would
used
this
to
be?
be an avid
1920s, 1930s?
I used to be an avid reader. The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the
The
stream.
Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
For Mr. Pierce. Case closed. Which, if you've never seen the anime Case Closed, you're missing out. It's a really great anime. I think I won't drink just yet. Oh, I have a choice of coffee, whiskey, I
It's been a
assume.
while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Pierce Investigation Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my stories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams. But they are different, unknown, yet they seem to surface from unfathomable ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? Navigate objects. Oh, okay. Lost Battalion. I got a lighter. My lighter engraved in the memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Drink water. Pierce. Investigations. Spy hidden. Occultism. Psychology. Medicine. Strength. Oh, I guess, can I... Oh, 6 CP before the next level. I have skills and sanity. Alright, mental trauma. Confident in your abilities, your partisan mind. You conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts. Your conviction and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. You're a forward-thinking individual, Pierce. I think that's what your name is. I guess we'll turn that off for right now. Whiskey. Alright.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective?
I guess I'm going for more psychological
That's
horror,
correct.
I guess. Chris, I'm just trying this game out. It looked nice on the Steam, so
I'm calling because of a
I'm going for more, psychological horror rather than spoops, I guess.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh, okay. I have that many character points. Spot hidden. Spots represent your ability to find hidden objects. Knowledge of human behavior. Occultism, investigation, eloquence. I guess I'll go for eloquence. I like being a nice talker. I like finding things. I'm good for observational skills. Let's go for observational skills. And occultism, because you never know when you need to know what you need to know. Done. Think I'm good. Yes.
Information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll.
Wow.
Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Gotta always love a gritty detective. I do not know if there's plenty of tentacles in this one. All I know is it's... Yeah.
Sir,
Interesting
I
horror
came
game.
here on the
If we
advice
like
of a
it, we
person
stay with
whom
it.
I
If we don't
hold
like
in
it,
high
then we
esteem.
move on to a different game.
And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Alfred
Nobody believes me.
Pennyworth.
They take me
At
for an
your
old
service.
fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting.
Hey, I'm glad I raised those observational skills.
Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
All right, let's
That's all
go.
you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Alrighty, ready? Let's go.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Alright, done. Let's go. Let me, look at this
What's
investigation.
this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Unlocked answer. Okay, so I have professional investigation. Ah.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Alright, I'll probe and prod for mental information.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston.
Hello, folks.
Sarah
Thank you for
lived there
tuning
with
in.
her son and her husband.
You played
I
this for
suppose you want to
Streamtober.
ship me off
Your
there.
audience. Oh, okay.
Darkwater holds the secret
Hey, Jared,
regarding
thank you for
my
tuning in.
daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
It's Knights of the Old Republic minus the action. Alright. Well, you know what? If that's the case, I'll take a little bit interest in it. We'll see how far we go. I do have some other horror games if I might want to change up the pace. And then we'll go from there. But thank you, Chris, for the input.
Her husband was a big deal on the island.
I'll give it... How about this? I'll give it another
Sticking to the
5
basics.
minutes. We'll see whether we
Though
want to
they
go
mentioned
continue with it
Sarah's
or not.
mental state
And if
was
anything,
critical.
I got a
I
bunch of
believe
other
you are
games to
right,
play.
sir.
If people are up for playing games,
This
people
case
are
is
up for
not
trying
simple
other
as it
stuff.
appears.
We got a
I
whole
am
bunch of
aware
things on
of
our
that.
plate. So,
I believe there is more to
we
this
can do
case
all
than
the above.
just an accident.
I know some people just like to relax, sit and talk, maybe exchange scary stories. Because the whole reason why I wanted to play this too is to engage with you guys. If you guys want to chat, if you guys want to talk, if you guys just like kind of horror. Because I have a whole bunch of friends who play a lot of Cthulhu or HP Lovecraftian games. As far as board games, as far as D&D, as far as video games, everything. There's a lot of rich history and a lot of
The sender's
different
label
things
mentions
to kind of
warehouse
dive into the mystery of it all.
That's right.
I know some people who
It came
actually
with
know like a
Sarah's last
whole
painting.
lot
and you
of
think
H.P.
your daughter
Lovecraft
could
and
have been the
story.
sender.
That is what you must
See,
find
it-
out.
Just
Go
like
to
that,
Darkwater.
Jared, you're exactly
Find
what I'm talking
Warehouse
about. I know
36.
a bunch of my friends who love little stories like this, who like love kind of sharing their own experiences, who kind of just dive into fun little things like that.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
So thank you, Jared.
I'm willing to
I
do
hope
anything for
you
my daughter
or
to
some other
recover
friends
her
who might be
honor.
watching this right now
Quiet
take a
down.
little bit of interest. If you have a
I'm on
story
your
that you'd like
side.
to share, I would love to hear
But
it.
something's up.
Because I know
An artist dies with
there's
her
a
family
board
in a
game
house fire. Your
called
only clue
uh,
is a sort of
Mansions of Madness.
promontory painting
A
sent
whole
from
slew
Darkwater
of
right before
wonderful
her death,
H.P.
Correct.
Lovecraftian
And
inspired
the rumors about her
stories and
supposed
board games.
folly.
It's kind of like
which you don't
one-shot
totally deny.
D&Ds.
Find
Absolutely
that
love it.
warehouse.
Play it with my friends
Find
Alex
out the
TJ.
truth regarding Sarah Hawkins'
They have
death.
the board game,
You will be
and
handsomely
it
compensated.
was a lot of fun.
All right.
To
I'll take
where
the case.
we're going
I'll
through
go to
solving
Darkwater
mysteries,
and look
trying to
into the
get
death of your
everything we
daughter.
can, and
Thank you,
doing
Mr.
it as
Pierce.
quickly as we can.
I didn't expect any
Otherwise,
less
we
coming
would
from a
lose the
man
whole
in your
board game
situation.
entirely. All of us will go mad and we'll
Something's
just
queer,
kill each other off.
but it's not like I have a choice.
But it's a lot of good stuff.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Okay, so I'm looking for Darkwater.
Darkwater is off the
Hey, there
coast
we go.
of Boston. But I've never heard of it.
Dark-
According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Done. Let's go.
All I have to do is go to the natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
So leave for Darkwater. So we have the information that we need. You know what? I'm going to take a drink of whiskey. I'm going to have one drink. This will affect your destiny. Alright. Oh, I took the whiskey over the coffee. Well, I guess we're going to have a little bit of butterfly effects here. Alright.
I should
fun,
get
fun.
rid of all this stuff.
I don't need to crouch. I think I have everything I need. Medicine, book volume.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract. I used to be an avid reader.
Nope. Anything I might need? Nope. I think Blue Skidoo we can too. Let's go on to the next one. Let's go. Achievement unlocked. The Sarah Hawkins case. Now, I know some of the stories that I know. I don't know a lot, but I've played a bunch of either campaigns or video games that have these inspirations, and I think it's really cool. Like Rick and Morty has inspirations from H.P. Lovecraft, even Batman 2, the whole Arkham Asylum. If I recall correctly, it's even based off of the Arkham that's in H.P. Lovecraft's stories. Whole bunch of fun little things like that. Like I know if you dive into pop culture, anime or not anime, but pop culture, video games, a lot of American folk tales, they have some stories. You gotta love all the supernatural cases too. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful night. Again, we gave it an extra 5 minutes. I'm going to give it a little bit of time right here, see where it kicks off at. If we want to move on, do a different game, maybe something else, we can. Otherwise, giving this a shot. See what we want to do. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful night. Now I'll do my best to respond to some messages right here real quick. Game by Cyanide Studio. Oh, Cyanide, let's see what you got for us. Cyanide Nathless.
We're almost there.
Oh, hey. Well, this might be fun.
The Call of Cthulhu, found among the papers of the late Francis Wayland Thurston of Boston.
Honestly, even if
Of
this is
such
something that
great
you want to have in
powers
the
or
back of the
beings, there
stream,
may be conceivably a survival.
enjoy the
A
tales.
survival of a hugely remote
Maybe on the side.
period when consciousness was manifested perhaps in the shapes and forms long since withdrawn before the tide of advancing humanity. Forms of which poetry and legend alone have caught a flying memory and called them gods, monsters,
There's guys coming
mythical
to unload.
beings of all sorts and kinds. Algernon Blackwood. 1.
Welcome
horror
to
and
Darkwater
plague.
Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you.
The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the
So, what wind brought you?
All right.
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget.
Yeah, some of the other
Hawkins
games,
may have
again,
been a
if you guys want
landlord,
me to swap games, I do have Evil Within 2, Dead Space 2, some other games,
And
some
his
more
wife,
that are more action-based.
Sarah Hawkins.
So, it just depends on what we want to feel tonight.
nice
I was feeling a
young
bit
woman.
chill
And a
tonight, so,
great
also
age.
starting late,
What a tragedy.
so.
You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Alrighty. You like the atmosphere? Done, done.
ability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. The sciences, each straining in its own direction, have hitherto harmed us little, but someday the piecing together of dissociated knowledge will open up such terrifying vistas of reality and of our frightful position therein that we shall either go mad from the revelation or flee from the deadly light into the peace and safety of a new dark age. Theosophists have guessed at the awesome grandeur of the cosmic cycle wherein our world and human race form transient incidents. They have hinted at strange survivals in terms which would freeze the blood if not masked by a bland optimism. But it is not from them that there came the single glimpse of forbidden eons which chills me when I think of it and maddens me when I dream of it. That glimpse, like all dread glimpses of truth, flashed out from an
It's a
accidental
very nice
piecing
atmosphere.
together of separated things. In this case, an old newspaper item and the notes of a dead professor. I hope that no one else will accomplish this piecing out. Certainly, if I live, I shall never knowingly supply a link in so hideous a chain. I think that the professor, too, intended to keep silent regarding the part he knew, and that he would have destroyed his notes had not sudden death seized him. My knowledge of the thing began in the winter of 1926 to
Prohibition
27
is just
with
a
the death
joke
of my
around
granduncle, George Gamble
That suits
Angel,
me fine.
Professor Emeritus of Semitic Languages in Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island. Professor Angel was widely
Well, hello,
known as an
very
authority on
evil
ancient
lamp.
inscriptions and had frequently been resorted to by the heads of prominent museums, so that his passing at the age of 92 may be recalled by many. Locally, interest was intensified by the obscurity of the cause of death. The professor had been stricken whilst returning from the Newport boat, falling suddenly,
Alrighty
as
then.
witnesses said, after having been jostled by a nautical-looking Negro who had come from one of the queer dark courts on the precipitous hillside, which formed a shortcut from the waterfront to the deceased's home in Williams Street. Physicians were unable to find any
Same goes
visible
for you,
disorder,
sir.
but concluded,
along.
after perplexed debate,
See what we got here.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
Green
didn't
Lantern,
introduce
completely
myself.
normal.
Edward Pierce.
Hey, Cody.
private
Hey,
detective.
Jared.
In
Thank
any
you for
case,
tuning
it's
in.
not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't?
Or won't.
Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
damn stupid idiot.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You don't put that beast
well.
back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Well, there we go. I guess I'll go to the bar. Alright, I'll try, I'll see the bar, I'll see the other section. If it doesn't pick up, I'll swap games. At least we gave it a shot and gave it a start. Wow. So hospitable. Oh.
Hey, be careful.
Well, hello.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Test the eloquence. What's,
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Well, I guess
Try
that's...
me.
We'll see.
Hey. Alright.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island.
Hey, there we go.
That's the
Hello,
source
Kelsey.
of
Hello,
this
Kevin.
miracle.
Welcome
You mean
aboard.
Who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You
There we
want
go.
a drink?
Hospitable. Yep.
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
Alrighty, down the hatch. I almost want one myself. That looks interesting. Kind
I
of like
think we'll
whiskey.
get along well.
Yeah. This will affect your destiny. Oh boy! Should I get plastered, or should I just keep asking? The wrong choice, the right choice, or...
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
Dun,
First
dun.
off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Hello, welcome to the stream,
Screams.
guys. Thank you for tuning
And
in.
that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
All the wonderful murder mysteries.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Eh,
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dockwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped
hello,
in
folks.
glory.
Welcome to the stream.
We've never known such wealth since then.
Alrighty. Done.
Captain
I'm gonna get one more
Fitzroy
drink.
told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Same again, please.
Here you go.
2 on the house. That's our magic number. Always 2. Can hold our alcohol. Can hold the sanity. Hello, folks. Welcome to the stream. Again, just going over scary stories.
That's no moonshine.
You can say that again. House recipe.
Ooh. Alrighty, ready.
That'll be all for now.
So, as I said, if you're here for the stream, you're in for, like, more of a murder mystery time. As I said, I didn't know what I was getting into when I started with this game, but it looks like it's more mystery horror based. So if you're in for stories, in for, I guess, that air of investigation, then you're in for the right place.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
If not a problem. Because trust me, like, again, I know some people are like, oh, it's too slow for me. Other people are like, oh, I love H.P. Lovecraft stories. So I'm here to kind of mix and mingle, see what kind of works for my stream. If you want more of a action-paced, adventurous game, I know I'll be kicking back up with Dead Space 2 sometime soon. And I also have Evil Within 2. Those are very more action-oriented horror games. So, thank you all the same.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations.
I'm gonna just
Gifted with
read
its
over
own
your shoulder.
consciousness. Until it finds a new reader.
Hey buddy, you got wonderful scribbles and things all over your
Maybe we should
hands.
let him take it. No, the risks are too high.
All right.
It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the
Hey.
time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Yes, I remember the time well. We were fishing, we were going from land and sea. And now it's the end of whaling.
What brought whaling to an end?
The
Yay.
whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
Yeah,
exhausted
stop
the
procreating.
stocks.
You could say that, yeah. There were fewer
Hello,
and
Adam.
fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
I
Good
do.
night, stranger.
So long.
Huh. There's a little symbol back there.
What you looking at, stranger?
Part of me is like, that's the obvious answer.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
Like
So
that.
what? Let me drink.
Less of
stranger.
combat, but not much at all. It's mostly investigating and hiding. Ah, okay. Like Batman, but less badass. Not a problem. You know what? With that, honestly, I think I'll swap things up a bit. I've saved my game anyway. I can return to the main menu. I think I'll kick it off with a little bit of Dead Space. So I'm going to end this version of the stream and then re-upload it once again. So this way we can go into a more familiar setting. Yeah. So I'll be right back, folks. Thank you for tuning in, at least giving this a shot. I wanted to see how it goes. We actually got a few people sharing a few stories here and there. So let's change up the pace and I'll be right back.